allow me. Please allow me this one. What did we just see? What did we just see from LSU? A 10-point lead, 3 missed field goals, a fourth that ricocheted off of Peyton Todd's shoulder as he was still looking at Damian Ramos. 12 points thrown away right there. We saw 3 catastrophic interceptions from Garrett Nussmeier that more or less gave A&M the game. Mike Elko with a brilliant call to put Marcel Reed on, get Connor Wigman out of there, and LSU could not answer. LSU did not have an answer defensively to A&M's second half adjustments. Outscored 31-6 in the second half. Outscored 31-6 in the second half by Texas A&M. Let's take a look at some of the plays. LSU started this game really hot and then gradually just started fading away, and then just threw the entire game away. Here's the interceptions. We'll go through the interceptions right here because these are such... Garrett Nussmeier has been amazing for LSU in his first year, and this is going to be a big learning moment for him in this game. Because these plays cost LSU the game. Just as much as the wasted field goals and the 12 points thrown away there. I mean, what is going on with that first one? It's just completely forced, trying to make a play happen. The second one, he's got a better option, 2 better options, and he forces that one. The guy jumps the route. The third one, the guy, 21 baits him into that, thrown into the flat right there for the back. Josh Williams picks it off. They didn't quite even rattle Nuss with too much of the pressure even. It was just... There was just certain moments where they got to him and it affected his play. There was just certain moments where Texas A&M picked their moments to really blitz the hell out of Nuss. Come from these different plays, different places, disguised blitzes. Our offensive line didn't have the best game, couldn't run the football. You knew Nuss was going to throw on 90% of the downs. This is just... man. You let Marcel Reed go off on you like that. 3 touchdowns. 3 rushing touchdowns. 2 for 2, 70 yards passing. He threw over the top of you. And then he rushed for 62 yards from 9 carries for 3 rushing touchdowns. Amari Daniels went for 91 rushing yards. Le'Veon Moss went for 83. You were able to contain them in that first half. And then after that first half, it all unraveled. Truly, it unraveled for LSU. That's the one good play against Marcel Reed right there. Braden Swinson sacking him. There was so much good from the Tigers in that first half. LSU should have built up a lead of at least 24, 27-7. And the fact that it was 17-7 at halftime, you knew it was worrying, all right? And they were going to get the ball to start the second half, of course. And from that point forward, when Mike Elko made the decision, I'm going to put Marcel Reed, this guy that no one talked about throughout the week. People are going to pretend, I talked about Marcel. I didn't hear very many people bring up Marcel Reed's name as someone who would even play in this game. He comes in and just LSU had no plan for him, no answer, and we're just as bamboozled as everybody else. The RPOs, one after another, just took LSU for a ride and really put us to the sword tonight. There was some bad drops offensively. There was some poor penalties. We really were bad on third down tonight. We could not. Really, the game's about two halves. In that first half, LSU should have put the foot on the throat of A&M and failed to do just that. 17-7 was not enough. It should have been at least 27-7. You look at the scoreline, then you're at least 33-38. You have a chance in this game, even with a terrible second half showing. You're still at least in this game. You threw points away continuously. Oh, man, it is a game that hurts. It is a game that sucks because this is another opportunity wasted at Kyle Field where LSU have it all in front of them. They just have to survive Kyle Field. And here's the thing. The atmosphere played into the penalties. It did. Outside of that, LSU seemed to be fine in the atmosphere. LSU just failed to execute when it mattered most. Offensively, defensively, and in special teams. In all three phases, we wasted points. We threw away opportunities. We killed drives with penalties. We killed ourselves in the red zone. We were outcoached. We could not run the football. 33 rushing yards from 22 carries. 33 rushing yards from 22 carries. There were some early turnovers LSU even forced. Sage Ryan had a nice punch out. We scored off of that turnover. We still could not generate anything off of this to beat this team. I'm in a place where I can't really talk for very long. We're going to get to writing about this because we have a lot more to say. This is just not okay the way LSU threw this game away. Stay tuned to LSUODYSSEY.com, because this is just this should not have happened. This cannot happen. If Brian Kelly wants LSU as a program to take that next step, these type of defeats cannot happen anymore. These are unacceptable defeats, and I know it's about the interceptions. I know it's about the wasted field goal operation, all this stuff. Peyton Todd should have been taken off that a long time ago. You felt like there was some bad holds before this. Blake Oceandorf maybe should have been promoted to that spot. Try him out. There was some worries that I had going into the Arkansas game, and that's why I picked LSU to lose the Arkansas game. LSU proved that Arkansas are just not that good of a team, not even close to as good as I thought. A&M tonight proved that they are a way better team than I thought, so maybe I don't know anything. Or just got it backwards, that A&M are the team I thought Arkansas would be on the night a week ago, and LSU went in reverse here. A shocking second half choke job by LSU. And these players battled their asses off. These players put LSU in a chance to win, in a position to win here. But when it mattered most, there was missed tackles, there was blown assignments, just horrible gap concept, horrible gap control. When you have the RPOs with Marcel Reed, just no one home. And then just unable to stop that rolling freight train in the rushing game. The safeties, I said it before the game, the safeties were going to have to tackle and minimize these 15-yard rushing gains and get it to like 6 or 7, 4 or 5. They were doing that in the first half. The second half, completely different story. And that's what happens when you have a dual-threat quarterback, and LSU's defense were exposed by that dual-threat quarterback, Marcel Reed, who had himself a wonder game tonight. LSU fall outscored 31-6 in the second half. LSUOdyssey.com will have a lot more about this game, because you cannot lose like this at LSU. You cannot lose like this, period.